Introducing Antonio Villaraigosa, a 65-year-old American politician who served as Speaker of the State Assembly from 1998 to 2000. He was also the 41st mayor of Los Angeles and served in this position for 8 years. Villaraigosa will strive to create opportunities for students by improving access to high-quality public education options. He believes that high-performing public charters, playing by the same set of rules as other public schools, are laboratories for innovation and creativity. Raigosa believes that low-income families should be empowered to be able to choose the school that makes sense for their children. According to Villaraigosa, California has two economies, and one of them isn't progressing. He believes that for California to be truly progressive, we have to make sure we're making progress for everyone. That starts with a leader focused every day on creating high-wage jobs to close the gap between the rich and the poor and giving every Californian the chance to build their own California dream. His focus is to unite Californians to lift more families into the middle class and keep them there. Additionally, Villaraigosa plans to implement an affordable housing program as well as defend affordable health care. He plans to lower the cost of construction through the use of technology and other innovative construction options. Through this effort, he will also be creating thousands of jobs by partnering with labor, community colleges, and the construction industry with apprenticeship programs to train the hundreds of thousands of new workers. Villaraigosa refuses to turn his back on illegal immigrants and DACA recipients. He believes that we are a nation of immigrants, and treating undocumented people with dignity and respect is not just the right thing to do morally, but it is also the prudent thing to do financially. Antonio Villaraigosa, giving voice to every Californian. Introducing Gavin Newsom, a 50-year-old American businessman and politician serving as the current Lieutenant Governor of California. Newsom is by far the strongest competitor running against Villaraigosa. Gavin Newsom served as mayor of San Francisco for 2 terms. Newsom is endorsed by the California Teachers Association, one of the most potent forces in California politics. Newsom believes that every student in California deserves the same opportunity to achieve success, and that is why he has issued his California Promise, Rethinking Education. Research suggests that 85% of brain development happens in the first 3 years. This is why Newsom believes that we need to emphasize prenatal care, early education programs, provide universal preschool, and in kindergarten, focus on a college savings account for every child. He also believes that an essential part to education is establishing a wellness center to help students with social and emotional issues thrive. Additionally, Newsom proposes to have 2 years of tuition-free community college. Newsom is a strong believer in public education. According to the Sacramento Bee, Newsom told the California Teachers Association that he did not believe the number of charter schools in the state should increase. Beyond education, Newsom supports California's LGBT community. He hopes to establish a zero-tolerance policy against hate in our schools. Gavin Newsom is a supporter of the Me Too movement and women's workplace rights. He is committed to closing the wage gap. Gavin Newsom will defend California's immigrant communities. He will ensure the government is doing its part with funding for immigrant legal defense. Newsom hopes to provide a universal health care similar to the Healthy San Francisco and to expand access to mental health treatment. Gavin Newsom, courage for a change. John Chung, a 55-year-old Democrat who was elected state treasurer in 2014 after serving 2 terms as state controller. Chung believes in leveling the playing field for all students. He believes in empowering teachers to have a voice. He will strive to obtain, train, and retain teachers by offering loan forgiveness and help in earning their teaching credentials. He hopes to build a high-quality, affordable childcare system, as well as provide free SAT and ACT prep courses as electives in high school. He will work to reduce tuition fees for CSUs and UCs, as well as provide 2 years of tuition-free community college. Jiang Cheng believes in affordable housing and addressing the issues of homelessness. He plans to invest additional public resources into affordable housing production by increasing the state's low-income housing tax credit by $600 million annually. He will address homelessness through rapid rehousing programs and, most importantly, prevention. He hopes to provide incentives to encourage multi-family housing. He would like to send a clear message: there is zero tolerance for sexual harassment and assault. He will work to establish a hotline, protect victims, and the state will adopt a policy against this. Jiang Cheng believes in clean air and a livable earth. He plans to build infrastructures to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, introduce policies to reduce pollution, clean up the transportation sector, and raise the bar on renewable energy. Jiang Cheng, A Different Road for California. Delane Easton, Democratic candidate for governor. Delane Easton began her career in politics as councilwoman in Union City and later served as chairwoman of the Education Committee. She also served 2 terms as California's Superintendent of Public Instruction. Currently, she is chairwoman for Educate Our State and Close the Gap, California. Easton's approach to education focuses on the first 5 years of life. She believes in improving prenatal and delivery care, as well as providing 3 months of fully paid maternity and paternity leave. She hopes to implement affordable and high-quality childcare programs, as well as a universal preschool for all. In regards to K-12 education, her top priority is to reduce class sizes and increase the number of counselors, nurses, and librarians in our schools. She hopes to advance STEAM education. Easton hopes to make college tuition free again for in-state students. As opposed to the other gubernatorial candidates, Easton believes that UCs, CSUs, and community colleges should be tuition free beyond 2 years. Easton believes in increasing higher education opportunities for students across the board by building new colleges, technical schools, and universities in order to give young people more options that are close to home. Delane supports immigration. She issued the following statement: "Our dreamers and our DACA Californians are as American as I am, and I am proud California became a sanctuary state." Delane believes that we must provide a path to citizenship for DACA recipients that includes granting protected status to their parents, as Easton believes family comes before everything. Delane Easton hopes to build 1 million additional housing units in the next 4 years, focusing near transit hubs. Delane is the only candidate who supports giving tenants more rights by repealing Costa-Hawkins, which prohibits rent control on many units, as well as the Ellis Act. Easton believes in improving police training and providing rehabilitation services to those that are in prison, as well as job opportunities and housing access when they leave, so that they may have the opportunity to support themselves. Delane believes that we should create prisons more like rehabilitation centers and train guards less as wardens and more on trauma-informed care and support. Delane Easton, let's make California work for everyone.